Bell rings, crowd roar, we lock in. DS walk, Jamie J, hit play, let it begin.
Welcome to the Signature to Finisher podcast. I'm your host, DS Walk. And yes, today, right now I'm doing this solo because I want to do a honest SummerSlam review. So this past weekend, I watched SummerSlam on Saturday and Sunday, night one, night two. And I was thinking about doing a video after both shows, but I waited till the day because I want to process everything I've seen and process my thoughts the right way. I don't want to come up too positive, too negative, or too concerned, or too upbeat. I want to be just right. And let's get right to it because for me, SummerSlam was okay. It wasn't a home run show. It wasn't a very, very good show. It was okay for me. That's like a step above bad. You know, there were some matches that I was excited to see. You know, the CM Punk and Cody Rhodes match with Roman Reigns and the Seth Rollins match, Chad Gable and Penta, the 6-man tag with LA Knight, Solo Sikoa, and Royce Keys versus the Bloodline. You might as well say majority of the show of the matches I was just looking forward to see. I just want to see how everything turned out. And I have to admit that if it wasn't for the return of Kevin Owens on night 2, I can honestly sit here and say that I thought that SummerSlam was done. But because what Nick Aldis did, and shout out to Nick Aldis, I enjoyed this match with Gunther. That was a good match. And I know that's a one-off. I'm hoping down the road we can see more Nick Aldis in the ring because the man is a jewel. The former Magnus. That's the guy. And I would love to see him have a full-time run in WWE and win the WWE Championship. But wishful thinking. We'll see what happens. Kevin Owens making his return in that number one contender match that was started with 2 guys with Sammy and Finn, but Nick Aldis changed that basically, and he added Gunther. Well deserved because he beat Nick Aldis. Not only that, Gunther is the best wrestler in the company and the top heel on SmackDown. And he had a gripe that, hey, he should be in the number one contendership. Added him, and he added Kevin Owens as a surprise entrance. I enjoyed Kevin Owens coming back because that makes SmackDown even better. But it made this match even more watchable. It made this match even better because, not saying that Sami Zayn and Finn Balor won't put on a good show because they would have. But adding Gunther, adding Kevin Owens just elevated that much. And I enjoyed this match. And I actually agree with the call, have Kevin Owens going over. Kevin Owens and CM Punk, whenever they face each other, is going to tell one hell of a story if the creator let these boys, and when I mean creator, I mean if Triple H will allow them to just go at it. Full blast, unfiltered, uncensored, promos, match, let it hang. If you think that what we seen from Punk and McIntyre, Punk and Rollins, Punk and Roman, wait till we get Punk and KO. That this should be an instant classic on the mic, but also an instant classic in the ring. If the creator, which we have been criticizing for the majority of the year, will do this the right way, it will be an instant classic. I feel for Sami Zayn because he's going to come out and say, hey, he got screwed again. And technically he did. This is just only going to put more onto Sami Zayn character as why he should be number one contender, why he should be champion. I am enjoying this story. I can't wait to this story. In my personal opinion, it will end at WrestleMania between Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. That's just my personal opinion. Nobody else. I enjoyed the Chad Gable match. You know, a long time coming. He's been waiting for a singles run with the title for about 4 years. He finally won the IC title. It took Chad Gable to wear a mask to get over, not only to get over, but to suffer an injury, come back, lose his mask to Ludwig Kaiser, who is running with the El Grande Americano character to new heights. Now Chad Gable don't have the mask on. He finally gets the IC title. He finally gets to run with a singles title. Let's see what he does with it. I'm happy for him, by the way. And can we please, I understand money, business, Mugs root beer, the guy coming down to the ring and have Chad Gable chug 2 root beers like he's Steve Austin. We got to do better than that. But if that was a homage to Steve Austin, I do appreciate it. But it got to be better than that, okay? It got to be way better than that. And sympathetic, the crowd wasn't even into it. That's even right there. It tells you everything of how they feel about mug root beer. I enjoyed the interim ladder match between Chelsea Green, Jade Cargo. Shout out to Jade for the Prince tribute. Charlotte Flair, Last Legend. But look, what does matter is that Chelsea Green won. And I am ecstatic for that because if you put the title on Jade, if you put the title on Charlotte, then what we have? Nothing. Because we defend the title. Not even against each other. So I'm happy with Chelsea Green. Maybe they'll get Chelsea an opportunity to run with this title. And when it comes to her facing Rhea, maybe, just maybe, they might put her over Rhea and let her have a legit run with this title. The women's division need a new, fresh look. Okay, we haven't seen Jordan Grace. She's still on vacation. We just seen they buried Julia so bad that Julia had to put a statement out there. Rhea Ripley's injured. The SmackDown women's division is pretty much beat up. But when healthy, it's the best division in the WWE. And plus, may I say, Nia Jax is pissed because she got screwed, so she got some say-so about this whole thing too. So I'm ecstated for Chelsea Green winning it, and I applaud Chelsea Green for coming out and saying she dedicate this title run to Michael P.S. Hayes, the #1 hater of Chelsea Green. I'm gonna go back and say this, and I know it was a post show. I enjoyed what Kevin Owens said after the post show about being out for 18 months and them asking him, have you ever thought that at a certain point did they creep to your mind where you might not do this again? And I love his response, but I never let that creep into my mind. But he also acknowledged that his family, his doctor, his parents want him to be careful. And I love his response is, I'm not going to be careful. And I know a lot of people going criticize, man, how you going to say that? You just come back from an injury. If you can't be yourself 100% and do your job the way you used to, then you shouldn't be in the ring anymore. And like he said, he don't know if he got 2 more years, 5 more years, or how long. He's going to be Kevin Owens. He's going to give us everything he has. And he's going to lay it in the ring. And I appreciate that. Even though I don't want to see Kevin Owens go out with the same neck injury again, but I do applaud him for saying he's going to be himself. He's going to give us 100%. He's not going to cheat us. He's not going to cheat himself. And I appreciate that. I do. But it kind of makes me wonder. Big E suffers somewhat the same type injury. He wasn't able to come back. Or the WWE wouldn't clear him. And I kind of wonder when Big E helped Kevin Owens through this process, he talked to him, they communicated a lot of times, and Big E probably seeing, dang, KO back, why I can't come back. I kind of wonder if Big E have a little envy towards KO or even Paige or even Edge for these guys to come back, for them to come back from their neck injuries, and he's not able to make it back. Or in his case, not able to be cleared by the or his doctor. I'm kind of wondering if Big E woke up today and said, I'm going to have to go hard on trying to get back in the ring. Because trust me, nobody wants their career ended so soon. And for Big E, his career ended soon before he hit his prime. And I know that's sticking right to him. What would have been if he didn't suffer the neck injury? Or what would have been if he had to come back? If you don't think Big E going to put the work in on his training, get his neck strengthened, and try to make a comeback in professional wrestling, think again. I think he is. But I don't think he's going to be in the WWE. But let's get to the Bloodline versus LA Knight, Royce Keys, and Solo Sikoa. Now, that was a good win for those 3 guys. LA Knight getting the pin. Hoping this will elevate LA Knight to a main eventer and a major player in the title picture. He deserves it. The man's been over for some years now. Organically got himself over Triple H. I'm happy for Royce Keys. He was in a big-time match. It was a 6-man tag team match. He showed up. He showed out. That little spot with Jimmy Uso took a little longer, but he executed it. I think this do well for him. I enjoyed the match. The Solo Sikoa part of it, I enjoyed. Solo Sikoa, the WWE strike gold with him by making him a face. But only going to get better for him. I am interested to see how this is going to play out for him. I don't want to see him be part of the Bloodline. I don't want to see him get his run stumped by bad creative. I want to see what's next for him and where this is going to lead to. Hopefully, this will lead to something bigger and better. However, somebody posed a question to me, should it be LA Knight versus Roman next, or should it be Roman versus Solo? I don't want to see Roman versus Solo no more because I'm over it. I know who's going to win. They're not going to put Solo over Roman. It's not going to happen. If they didn't do it when he was part of the MFTs, they're not going to do it him as a solo artist. So it's not going to happen. I don't want to see that match. However, I do want to see Solo being a pain in the ass to the bloodline. And hopefully we'll get more family members or he'll be part of a team that will face the bloodline at Survivor Series. Just saying. Think about that. Think about it. I enjoy the EO and Liv match. And I get it. I understand why Liv had to win. I mean, she didn't defend the title for 100 days. They've been waiting on Stephanie Vicure to get healthy. She's not. I enjoy everything Liv said in the post, but can we please give this woman some more competition? Because look, I was going and thinking that EO was going to win. EO kind of would have made sense to win, but I want to see somebody other than EO fight Liv Morgan. Stephanie ain't coming back no time soon, I think. It's my opinion. I don't think she is. We do see her training, but I don't think she's ready yet. Regardless of what happens next with Liv, her title run, just like Jade's, just like Rhea's, is done. When you don't do anything for the first 100 days of your title run and Creative have nothing for you, you are the women's champion / manager. And what I mean by that is, that's all she has been in the Judgment Day as a manager. She's the women's champion, and they have nothing for her. They have no competition for her. And when they did give us a competition, EO, they had to put her over EO to validate why she won the championship. Because any wrestling fan know EO should have went over. If EO went over, then we can start seeing the breakup or some friction in the Judgment Day. Now, maybe we seen that when she said, Roxanne, down the road, maybe you'll get a title. See, the WWE always tease us with this with a Judgment Day, but they don't go through with it. Hopefully this time they go through it. I mean, staying on the Judgment Day, we seen the Human Monies match, which is probably the worst match I've seen of the night. When I see this match, I think about how Carmelo Hayes, Ilya Dragunov, Jordan Grace, Julia, who was buried and had to put a statement out there on Twitter, who vowed to be better next time. Jordan Grace, we ain't haven't heard from a lady that the WWE targeted and wanted so bad that they waited for her contract to end with TNA last year. And ever since she's been part of the WWE family, they haven't used Jordan Grace good at all. She's not even catering. She's probably at home with her husband making videos and showing it to us on social media. And they are very funny. Her and Gresham, good videos. Very funny couple. But I think about them, how the Street Profits didn't make the show, how the WWE men's tag teams on Smack and Raw didn't make the show. The women's tag team made the show, but in a 6-man tag team match. I think about that a lot, where you could have had them on the show instead of this Human Monies match, where honestly, if the WWE never got rid of their pre-show, this has been a good pre-show show. And I feel bad for Dominic Mysterio, who is a AAA Mega World Heavyweight Champion, and he's been booked like a jobber against Danhausen. Whatever credibility he had as a heel, because if I remember correctly, he was getting a lot of heat as a heel. Now he's getting a lot of sympathy from guys like me and everybody else, because like, man, dude, yo, staying down with AAA. Your pop is the GM. The Undertaker / Mark Calloway is writing good storytelling down there. Man, stay down there. Get away from Raw and SmackDown, because they making you look bad. They're not making you look like a credible champion. That's all I'm saying. I just can't stand the way guys are being booked. And a lot of times it's the reason why shows like Raw, SmackDown be boring or be terrible or unwatchable or just plain old fucked up. The CM Punk and Cody Rhodes match was a very good match. Two of the best storytellers in professional wrestling, right? The match was okay from my standard, because I expected more from Punk and Cody, and maybe we'll get that down the road when they fight each other again. But I say it's okay only because it's the build up to this match wasn't what I expected. They rushed it. This is something that should have happened at WrestleMania, where you had enough time to tell the story. This was rushed because the ticket sales of SummerSlam was so bad that nobody wasn't buying them. And then they changed the ticket price to $25. And you still had a section of empty rows on one side of the arena. People who on social media says, hey, those tickets weren't sold. It's because of the production right there. No, they were tarped off at the top because they couldn't sell those tickets. The ticket sales weren't good. Stop making excuses for the WWE. It was an okay match. Could have been better. I'd expect Punk to win, which he did. But what I did and what I was hoping was that Punk will win clean so that maybe, just maybe, we'll get that edgy side of Cody Rhodes, or maybe Cody will turn heel. But we didn't get that. What we got was a return of Randy Orton, who came out of nowhere, gave Cody an RKO, and the crowd went crazy. The crowd was excited for that moment. Even CM Punk was excited that he pooped on himself, allegedly. It was a big wet spot right there. Some people say he pooped on himself. He could have pissed on himself. I'm just going to say CM Punk got excited for the return of Randy Orton. So instead of turning Cody heel, which is something Triple H is not for, he doesn't want to do it, this is another way to save face for Cody so that when he challenged Punk next time for the title, it said that, yo, I got screwed because of Randy Orton interference. I want another shot. And knowing Punk, he'll give it to him. So hopefully between now and their next match, hopefully the storytelling when he get back. That's what I'm hoping. But this is WWE. They do as they want. They don't care about the fans. I mean, you heard Triple H say, stop criticizing the creator and start placing the blame on the talent. Well, the talent is working with the shit that is given them and doing the best they can with the shit that they got. So I can't really blame the talent unless the talent, which we have seen some bloopers, but it always starts with the creative. It starts with the guy who's in charge of creative. It starts with the writers. It starts with the guy who puts this in motion. It also goes to the producers. It also goes to the booker. And who is the booker? Triple H, who has a full of producers. Who's the guy that's in the writer room helping doing this show together? Triple H. So it starts with Triple H, his writers, and Triple H also the booker and the producers. They're putting a good show for the wrestling fans so that we could be entertained by the wrestlers, the talent. If you give the talent good work, the talent will put on a great show. That's what I thought. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, please put it in the comment section. Damian Priest, who said, and I quote, we are tired of the same four guys always in the main event scene. And his response was, are you over like Cody or Punk or Roman or Seth or Io? And the answer to the question is, no, he is not. And no, they are not. But you know how they can get over? Then maybe they might get over. If we do that right and they still don't get over, then guys like me can say, you know what? You suck. It's your fault. You can't get over. They gave you all of this. They've done everything in the world to get you over, and you can't get over. It's your fault. But we can't say that because the booking, the writing, the creative has been bad. Only one guy who organically got over, and that's LA Knight. And you guys still find a way to bury him. Why? Because you guys didn't create him. You guys didn't get him over. He did it on his own. And yes, we know he stole from The Rock. He stole from Stone Cold Steve Austin. He stole from a lot of these wrestlers to make his persona. You know what? It worked. It worked for him. Now we'll see what happens. Let's see if the WWE can get off their pettiness and give this man a shot at the title. In fact, let him win Money in the Bank, cash in on Roman, beat Roman, and let him have a run with the title. It don't gotta be a long run. As we seen, Jey Uso got a 51-day run with the title. Sami Zayn had a 9-day run with the title. It could have been shorter than that. It has happened. So let's see what happened with LA Knight. Let's see if Triple H is willing right now to trust him and put him over. Because he only trusts the fans. That's what matters, right? The fans. And finally, the Trick Williams and the Baron Corbin match was an okay match. And I have to say, maybe the chemistry wasn't there with Baron Corbin and Trick Williams as per se it was there with Trick and Carmelo, which is not a fair comparison because Melo and Trick been together since NXT. So we already know that chemistry from NXT transfer over to the main roster. So let's try Trick Williams and Ricky Saints. Good chemistry there. Ricky Saints and Carmelo, good history there. Good chemistry there. Trick Williams and Sami Zayn, good chemistry there. Trick Williams, Baron Corbin, need some work. But I'm happy for Baron Corbin being the new United States champion. I mean, if you didn't see this coming, then take off your blinders. We seen this coming. I seen this coming. It started with Punk naming the guys that he basically will be fighting on SmackDown for that championship. And he named Trick Williams. So for Trick Williams, I know some people say he's not ready to be in the main event scene right now. When he's going to be ready. The WWE needs to build new stars, whether they're ready or not. I mean, we can't just bank on Oba, who main evented SummerSlam and had a good match, not a great match, because when you say Hell in a Cell match, I expected blood, brutality, violence. I expected everything to be laid on the line. This match felt like a glorified, no holds barred Minnesota street fight. The WWE cannot just bank on just building Oba Benny. It gotta be Oba plus Roxanne, plus Braun, plus Sol Ruka, plus Ricky Sands, plus Mello, plus Trick, plus Blake Monroe, plus Julia, plus Jordan Gray, plus Ilya Dragunov. If you want to get feisty and froggy, plus Montez Ford. If you really want to throw it back there, plus Damian Priest. See, they have a lot of superstars on that roster who should be in the main event scene. They have a lot of young talent on that roster that needs to be built up. And this is where I say, if you have house shows or more house shows, the fans can connect with the wrestlers can connect with the fans. They don't have that. If you have good interest music, the fans will know who the wrestler is instead of always singing the Romans, the Punks, and the Seth Rollins. That's how you build up young superstars. That's how you make young superstars to become main eventers. And another way how to do it, if you take a main eventer who will wrestle someone who's an up-and-coming main eventer to elevate them to the next level. We have not seen that. But when Braun fought Seth, they dropped him to the tag team division. And Braun Breaker Price there thinking like, what did I do wrong to be bumped to being a tag team champion? Austin Theory. And Austin Theory Price there thinking, once upon a time, I was a future main eventer, a future champion. Now I'm in the tag team division. And Logan Paul, who suffered an injury, who's told he's going to be a future champion. What happened? Triple H going to tell everybody there's not enough food around the table. While that might be true, but it's another thing where you're pushing the older superstars so much that you're forgetting about your younger superstars. That's a problem as well. So if you want these younger superstars to get over, how about you start booking them right so they can get over? Where guys like LA Knight and Gunther, who are over, just not getting no love. And Gunther is your best wrestler in the company. Ilya Dragunov, who's in somewhere between catering and his house, is another one of your best wrestlers. Can we just put on 2 good shows with SummerSlam for night 1 and night 2 and balance that out? So my grade for this show, I give it a C+. It can be better. Night 2 really didn't save it. Only thing night 2 really did, but it took it from a D show to a C show. And I add the plus because of Kevin Owens and the Chelsea Green and the Chad Gable. Those 3 stories were the most interesting ones. The Roman and Seth fight was great. I enjoyed it. It was probably the best match of the night, which I expected. I'm glad they tied up loose ends and then finish off the long-term booking of the Shield. And shout out to Roman and Seth paying homage to Dean Ambrose, a.k.a. Jon Moxley, a.k.a. Jonathan Goodman. I appreciate that. And, what's next, both superstars, we don't know. But we'll find out on Monday, tonight, on what direction they're going to head in. 2 guys who carried the WWE banner for over a decade. 2 guys who never left. 2 guys who dedicated their heart and soul to the WWE. 2 guys who ran Raw and SmackDown. And it paid off last night with a great match. Hopefully, we get more great matches overall on the 2-night event. But with that said, wrestling fans, I want to thank you guys for tuning in, listening to my show, dealing with me, and listen, leave a message in the comment section. Because I would like to hear what you guys got to say about my grade, about everything I said about night 1, night 2 of SummerSlam. And the next PLE will be in September. Money in the Bank is in October, but I will talk to you guys a little later with Jamie.
Bell rings, crowd roar, we lock in. DS walk, Jamie J, hit play, let it begin. Signatures and finishers, talk that rage. We break down legends, move by move on the stage. From the lock to the slam to the pin, that's us. Welcome to the power where you fight with us, fight with us. DS breaking down that frame. Jamie with the joke, still sharp with the name from the end.